Good morning, Ancient Oaks. LW here on a beautiful Friday morning. We've had a week of kind of a wet weather. Adjust my camera just a little bit more. I picked it up, moved it around, and didn't get my final adjustment in. Got her now. All right. I said beautiful Friday morning. A little bit cooler outside today, 65 degrees. We had some cooler weather this week. It'll get warm in a week or two here at the most. I didn't look at the long-term weather forecast, but hopefully we have a dry week next week and some pleasant weather. Get away from this rainy stuff. Though still have to say it's better than a few other places. And got 12 people on here already. Got remember to send out my notice that it was coming on and the link, so people should be coming in here. It's a Friday before New Year's is going to be what we got New Year's Eve on Sunday night. And might as well mention that because it's going to be New Year's. There's a New Year's Eve party at Ancient Oaks on Sunday night. So I believe there is still going to be tickets at the door. Go to channel 901. That's the community channel. And it will bring up this the stuff there. Of course, you can always look at the social activities page on Facebook, and I believe we also put that stuff over on our Ancient Oaks RV Resort condominium page. The events also, we try getting them on there, and also on the aoaks.net. Dennis has a calendar of events that he gets put on there. So remember to do that. The party coming up. Excuse me, I shut the door and it started to get warm in here already, so I'm gonna turn my fan on. Sorry about that. Once again, it starts to get a little bit warm. It's I don't even know. I don't even think our AC unit, the HVAC for the office, even has a what you call a heat strips. We don't even actually have heat for the office. That's how, in Florida here, we just don't have that very often. So, but anyway, it's a beautiful day. Stuff's coming up. Check the calendars. There's plenty of places for the calendars to get a hold of the information. But do remember, there is a New Year's Eve party at the clubhouse, and the office will be closed on New Year's Day. So remember that. And I believe there will be tickets available at the door for the New Year's Eve party, and there's some other things going on with that also. So remember to check the those events. Okay. Also at the lunches, I believe the lunches will start up next week. Lisa Taylor can jump on here if I'm wrong on that, but I believe the lunches will start back up. I know we didn't have any last week and none this week, but on the 20, I assume that next week, that on the 4th, that they'll start up. Speaking of the 4th, well, I'll start with the annual meeting is on January 10th. I'll mention that again. The annual meeting is the Owners Association meeting, and that is the meeting where it will be run. Ian Rumbles will be in charge of the meeting. The board of directors is not in charge of that meeting. It is the owners meeting. It will open at 10 o'clock. We only open it so we can count the ballots. We open the meeting. The board will open the meeting. They will appoint Ian as the moderator or chair of the meeting from that point on, and or the authorize the counting of the ballots. Voting will be closed. Then the meeting will open back up, I believe, at 1 o'clock. We'll put plenty of announcements next week on when the meeting will open up, before. But and then the meeting will open up. The union will be in charge of it. We'll announce the results of the election, and we'll have the meeting. And after the meeting, the elected board will get together and decide the officers for the board. So that is for January 10th. Do get your ballot in. They have to be in by 10 o'clock on January 10th. We'll have extra ballots there. If you haven't got them in yet, come to the clubhouse. They will have ballots there. But also, you can get online through the ONR. If you haven't got that invite, let us know, and we'll send you you have to have a valid email address, and we have to have that in the system. They get it in pretty quickly if you don't have it, but that way you can vote electronically, because right now, if you mailed one, I don't know if we'll get it here in time. But along with that, now we'll finish that. We'll close the elections down at that time, when we go to open the ballot box, once all the ballots are collected, and like I said, at 10 o'clock, and then the verification of the ballots. If you vote with a paper ballot, this is the envelope that we sent the paper ballots out in. We will have a copy. We will print out what the ONR gives us, and if you vote both electronically and by paper, this paper ballot will be disregarded that you send in. Okay, you can only vote one way and count, and the electronic version will be, because that one we cannot change, but we can disregard the paper ballot that comes in. So do that. Okay, that is on about the elections, the annual meeting on January 4th at 12:30. I'm kind of jumping around on my notes here as I made them. We'll have our second meet and greet of the candidates. That should be right after the lunch if we have a lunch. If not, we'll still have it. The hamburger, hot dog, and brats they've been having. I enjoy brats. Meet and greet. We had about 20 people last time. Chance to meet if you're new to the park, you haven't met any of the candidates or don't know the candidates, the chance to see them in person, and don't forget to, find some other residents that know the candidates, and if you want a little bit more background on them, that's probably what you have to do, or find the candidate themselves at one of the events. I don't know. You try to keep things on how you want to say it. You don't want people getting bothered too much, which I will bring up a fact that my maintenance foreman, Chris, who lives in the park, is an owner. Please respect his off time. When he's off, unless it's an emergency, leave him be, okay? and try to run as much things possible through the office, through the manager, where it should go. Emergencies, yes, Chris will take care of it. But his personal time is his personal time. He doesn't get paid for the, answering questions in his off hours, So respect that, please. All right. Let's see. I'll go through. Okay, concerts and ticket sales go on. Usually there is Tuesdays and Thursdays. They have been doing them in the mornings, and you'll have to look up, like you said, find the schedules on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But also at the lunches, they have been having concerts and ticket sales for events. So you have to be in the know. Look at, like once again, Victoria keeps the channel 901, which is our community channel for getting information out to folks. And we get that the way you can find out events, find out things for on the remote. As if something comes across and you can't see it quick enough, the remote from Blue Stream Fiber has a pause button. You see something flash on the screen, you need to write it down, you can hit the remote. Of course, you can always come through the watch these videos. But today I don't have the screenshots or the JPEGs or no. I have to put it in PDF. This program requires a PDF, so I have to convert every picture to a PDF. But anyway, on the Facebook SAC page, you might want to bookmark that. Make sure you like that page, and then our page, the Ancient Oaks RV Resort Condominiums. Like that page so that you get, and you can put. Then there's in the menus, you can get notifications. Make sure you get the notifications when we go live, and also any other postings you'll get it, put up on your news feed. All right, let's see. I see some things going on in the comments. I'll get back to the comments in a moment. Just want to do a couple more things here. January 1st, quarterly maintenance fees are due. So January 1st is don't come in on January 1st, but that's the beginning of the month, January 2nd. Next week is typically a very busy week. Many people have waited to either fly down or drive down to Florida from up north. So it could be a very busy week next week. So, but payments are due. We'll get it taken care of. Be patient with Victoria. If we got 5 people stacked up, and we'll be, working through it as fast as we can. And because those new people also have to get the credentials for the gate, and so it takes a little bit more time. All right, so that is the party, the maintenance fees, and there we go. I think Robert had a question, and I'll put that up. I'll make sure I get to that. I'll just do the other things here. Kind of along with the ballots and the voting, here's my latest stack of return mail. A couple of them may be due to the post office not delivering them correctly, but a lot of people, when you leave, make sure you tell us you've left and that we need to send mail to your alternate address. That way we change it in our system, and when we print out the labels, then it heads to the correct place. This is, of course, the notice for the ballot. I'll be seeing if these people are here today. I'll run around on the golf cart and try to deliver some. But do remember to do that. Okay? Keep your address up to date with us. Keep your email. If you have a change in email, keep that up to date. And your phone numbers. With this new ONR system, I'm not limited to any amount of people on the text and email list. We don't make the phone calls anymore, but the text and email and push notifications. And I can add a second resident and a way of getting a second email and phone number to a unit. They can have 2 phone numbers. So husband and wife can have their own text messages, and you don't have to rely on sharing them. So if you need that done, let us know, and we'll get that taken care of. But do keep your email and addresses not only for the ONR system, but for the top system, so that if we put out a mailing, we don't get tons back. All right. Okay. The address and email. All right. Another question. This is for folks that haven't been back here, new to Blue Stream Fiber, and really wanted that Western Channel grip. And they removed the Western Channel. And they're like, oh, we're missing the Westerns. There is, and maybe you don't know about it. I'll see if I'll bring the camera up. If you get the remote, okay, and you see the little TV antenna guy at the top. All right, I'm going to show my TV here. All right. Hopefully it's not backwards for you guys. It's backwards for me. Anyway, hit that and brings up a menu. And I hope you're reading it correctly. And it says my screen's got it backwards, but I think I got it mirrored. You'll see it says Watch TV. Bring up that menu, then go over here to Apps and Games. All right. Your cursor over and hit that Apps and Games, and it'll bring up what is available on Bluestream. Go down to Pluto TV. All right. That Pluto TV is free. Click on that, and it's going to take just a second. Drop in, it's free. There you got, and right there is coming up. The show that's on right now is Have Gun Will Travel. There's Western shows. You can use the menu. You can go through stuff. You can watch shows that have been playing that day or set them up. But anyway, there's where you can get those old Westerns if you want to get back to them. So I wanted to make sure that you were able to see how to do that. Boy, a little bit of a confrontation going on there. All right. Enough on that. Get this back set up here. All right. Bluestream. Okay. And one other thing. Once again, if you're residents returning, haven't been here before, we had a few sales go on, and just want to kind of some reminders that you do not feed the wildlife. You do not feed the ducks. I haven't seen any of the Muscovy ducks recently, but the Muscovy ducks, or if the which one? The Egyptian geese show up. We've had some problems with the crested caracara showing up and actually destroying cars, and we have to try scaring them away. We're not really allowed to dispatch them because they're not on an endangered list, but they've done something where they're impearled and whatever reason the federal and state, the FWC, which FWC stands for Florida Fish and Wildlife. What's the C stand for? I know it's conservation or Corps, but anyway, FWC. You don't feed the wildlife. You don't feed the especially the gators. People like seeing the gators, which is fine. They're here. They're around. There's no problem. You can watch the gators, but do not feed them. Once they associate people with food, then they have to be removed. They end up going to a gator farm if they're lucky. Okay. If they don't have a gator farm to go to, they end up being harvested. And so you're actually going to give them a death sentence if you feed a gator. Okay. So do not feed the gators. Do not feed the ducks. Because if you feed the ducks, then the commotion, the ducks and getting the food, the gators see it, attracts the gators. There's food. Once again, associating food with humans, and they see a human, they'll say, oh, they might be throwing out some food, and they lose their fear of humans. And so don't do that. That is a law in Florida, not just a suggestion, not just what we want you to do, but that is the law in Florida. And you can get fined big time for feeding gators. And it actually does the opposite of what you want it to do. It does not help them. It hurts them. And so there we go. Just enough on that. So I've gotten through everything on my list so that I remember to get that done. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go. Okay, good morning, Patty. And 6 saying hi. Let's see. Michelle Faringa saying hi. Happy New Year from Michigan. Okay. Renee. And Happy New Year, everyone. Okay. Rafferty saying good morning. Good morning from the Burke. Harvey saying good morning. And Vickers. Let's see, did it show up here? Okay. Warm there. It is, I say it, my outside thermometer in the shade says 65 degrees. Looks like sun is shining, so it looks like a decent day. It's been in the 60s, very low 70s this week, so it's been light jacket weather for us Floridians. The other day, I go out with my light jacket and warm hat on. Anyway, I don't have I got my Frosty the Snowman hat, and here's somebody that, to me, as we said, northerner, that is going to do his laundry here at the office, and he's shirtless and got shorts on. And I said, "Yep, you're definitely not a Floridian. Our blood has gotten thinner." So, anyway, okay, Chris, Happy New Year to you too, and good morning from Lisa Taylor to everyone, and good morning, Happy New Year to you too, Charlotte, and good morning. Okay, here's this one. I have the inner life documents for the lawyer review. What was the lawyer mentioned for? Colin Cameron's, who at least one person got them done, but somebody's kind of maybe not as happy as they were with them. But anyway, Colin Cameron. Let me go over to banners and see if I thought I saw his name on something that I had before. No, I didn't have it there. Anyway, Colin Cameron. You can look him up online. That is one of the lawyers in town that does do what we call the ladybird. That is very important on this because we're all going to die. As given fact, we're all going to die. So even if you have a will to pass your property on to your kids, if it's just in your will and then nobody is on your deed, it still has to go through probate. And the courts and all that, you don't get a quick appointment. You can push it through and you might be able to get quick if you know the ins and outs, but you have to hire a lawyer that can represent you in Okeechobee to the Okeechobee courthouse or Okeechobee court, circuit clerk. And you have to have a personal representative appointed that can take care of the property. During that time, if you're not on the deed and somebody's got to make the maintenance payments. I don't know, of course, if there's anything old on the property, that still has to be done and anything cleared out. But to protect the park from people, one person saying, "Oh, I can do, I'm going to come in and take care of all my mom's stuff," and then we have another family member says, "Oh, they didn't have permission to do that." We can't allow anybody to remove anything or do anything to that property without that court order. Okay, that you are either on the deed or you've been appointed as the personal representative by the court. So if the property would have to just sit there till you get that done. Maintenance fees go up, continue, utilities, and you can't rent it out because you're not the owner. And so by the time you get to the point where you got it, there's a big bill stacked up and just not good. And so that is what you're leaving for your heirs if you don't have somebody on the deed. And that's what Robert's talking about, is getting something. In Florida, they have, I don't know in other states, they call it ladybird here in Florida. I did it for my house. I got two of my kids are on the deed. Something happens to us, it goes over to them. But with the ladybird, they're on the deed, but they cannot borrow against the house. They can't take the house away from us. It's just that in our rights of survivorship, it goes to them automatically without going through the courts. Okay. And that just helps everybody out. It helps keep the cost down to your family for the end of life, and keeps the park from having to go through our steps and we have to send it to the lawyer and everybody else if it falls behind on payments. So anyway, that's what he's talking about. Colin Cameron, and I think Fee Yates and Fee also takes care of that. That's who I used. They take care of that. It might be a little more pricey, but you can check around. Just Google local lawyers and give them a ring. Somebody should answer the phone. So, okay, Colin Cameron is the one that we were told that was doing a pretty good job of it. Good morning, the Peeblers, Carol's account. Okay, Jeanette, she's back in Canada. Happy New Year to you too. Rafferty's. I don't. Oh, Edlin Rafferty not received a ballot. I know I've seen that name. I don't know if it's here. We're holding some. If they're not in the park, easiest way would be to go online, uh, call us, email us, whatever, so that they can vote online. Other than that, mailing it to them now and getting it back in time would be tough. But if they're here, come to the office. We'll have ballots. I don't think you're here yet, are you, Marley? I talked to Marlana yesterday. Yep. She's going to come by and pick up her ballot. Good morning from Diane DeYoung. Good morning to you, Nancy, also. Good morning from Cynthia. And Robert says thanks. Okay. I think I got through all those items. So, been here on here about a half hour. I don't know if anybody else has any questions. Go ahead and hit me up real quick with those if you have a question. Remember, you can always email me. Let's see if I remove this. Oh, we got one more here. Okay. Jeff Paul. Yeah, I believe I saw you guys when you came in. She's happy she's warm and among friends. Yeah, it's definitely warmer. I guess I don't know what kind of weather. I know that I saw somebody on my Facebook post they had 70-degree weather somewhere, like Minnesota or somewhere, but then it went back down to the 30s the next day or something like that. Excuse me. All right. I guess that pretty much wraps it up. Like I said, get your ballot in. Maintenance fees will be coming up due. Remember that. Annual meeting on January 10th. New Year's Eve party, concerts and ticket sales. Like I said, we had the Acorn, which has a calendar. There's, I believe, an online calendar. The aoaks.net has information. And we try to send out information by like I said, keep your phone number up to date because that's where we send the text messages to and through the ONR system. Don't feed the wildlife. Remember to do that. Oh, also on that, especially if you're new to Florida and you're new to the park, we don't allow bird feeders in the park. The reason for not allowing bird feeders is that the birds kick out the feed, kick out the seeds and whatever's in the feeder, and they end up on the ground. And because of our close proximity, that will attract the little critters, the mice and rats. And if we have mice and rats, then it attracts the prey to the raccoons and those that prey on the smaller animals, snakes, because if there's a lot of rats around, the snakes will come around and all that. So we do not allow bird feeders. A hummingbird feeder is okay because nothing ends up on the ground that attracts other animals. Do not feed your dogs or cats outside. You must feed your dogs and cats inside. Keep that food inside. Once again, we do not want to attract critters that do not belong here, raccoons, possums, and whatnot. So, well, with all that being said, come to the end of the live today, and appreciate everybody being here. Good amount of people. If you want to but if you want Facebook to reward you or send you the feed, hit the like button by engaging with the Facebook page. Their algorithm will send more information to you on it, so you get notices and stuff. So that's why I encourage you to hit the like button, and both also and on the YouTube channel also that engages their, like I said, their algorithm. Engagement begets engagement on Facebook and YouTube. Uh, those people putting out the things, that they, I hit this button, all my news feed, yeah, friends. Well, if you never post anything and you never comment on people, your friends, yeah, they're going to show you what you engage with. So you want to engage with your friends, like, comment, and share what your friends do, and then you get more of that in your feed. So that's why if you like our page, you'll see more of our stuff. All right. And Nancy's saying, Happy New Year's, everyone. Yep. Happy New Year's. So looking for a good year, 2024. I hope everybody is able to stay healthy and, as they usually say, prosperous. And that's kind of in the, it may be from Star Trek. He made it famous, but the live long and prosper, he got from a Jewish greeting, and that is actually in the Judeo theology. Live long and prosper. In order to live long, you got to be healthy. So there it is. Live long and prosper. We will catch you on the next one. Have a great weekend.